Right there, so I thought I might do a little bit of a box opening on the House of Marley Stir It Up record player. Wanted to buy this myself after recommended by a friend. So just had it delivered from Amazon in the box it came. It's literally brand new. So I thought I might do a two-part review. First one is I'm going to open this up and exactly as it is and just see what it's like live on camera. And then I'll give it a good test with the stereo. And then, yeah, give it a second part to the review. So first of all, box I assume is the standard. There we have it. So that's just the delivery box from Amazon. But there you go. So that's kind of cool, a bit different. Let's see what's inside. So it includes Audio Technica cartridge. Okay, I didn't notice that. So that's cool. Audio Technica are pretty decent. They make very good headphones. Let's do Marley in the past. I've had a pair of their headphones before, the in-ears, so I'm quite keen. I really liked the wood effect of them, so quite keen to see what this one's like. This is tight, I have to slide it out. Alright, there we go. Just leave that over there. So, slowly, surely. There we go. Okay, so first of all, padding to protect the box. Just going to lift this out. Right, first impressions, very light. Very light. Ooh, and very well sprung actually. Okay, let's have a look. There's the top part. There's the cover that was mentioned. Okay. There's the power socket. That's a pretty cool power socket actually. So it looks like it's a 100 to 240 volt. Okay, so it's not like any much converter in there. These are the random universal connections, so you can have different ones for different countries. So you got the power cable. Nice little end on there. Relatively easy to replace if necessary. USB cable. No idea what this is. Okay, these are the other connections for other countries. Not really relevant for me, I'm not carrying it around. I'll leave that in there. Auxiliary cable. So it comes with a phono to jack, 3.5 phone MP3 player, unless you've got the new iPhone like me and you unfortunately got a lightning connection. And then the manual itself. And then last but not least, there's a weighted weight there, the weight itself. So let's just see if we can set this up live with that box. First impressions. It looks really cool. Really nice bamboo. It's very light without that top piece. Cool. Yeah, it looks really well made. Sprung legs, as you can see there. You can actually hear it. Cool. It's got a really nice sort of felt side. I don't know if you can see that. That's cool. Really nicely made wood. As always with the Marley stuff, it's really well made. Built-in preamp. So let's have a look. We got output there to the stereo, and then whether it's preamped or not. Now I actually have a preamp, so I'm going to try with both a bit later and find out if there's any volume change difference and what general sound quality is like. There we go. See it a bit better there. Cool. Looks nice. It's hard to see all the stuff on the front because it's all black. You can see there's a little jack there. It's very slick. Let's have a feel of that. Oh, listen to that. That sounds good quality. Right, I'm just going to put it together now. I haven't read the instructions. I haven't actually done anything other than look online. So this might take me a few seconds, but I'm sure it won't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. Oh, that was pretty easy. Okay, back on. Now, this was the cover that some some good things about, some bad things about. Just see what it looks like. Obviously it's not going to protect it if you've got kids or generally people coming in and throwing stuff on it, but I'm actually putting mine in a cupboard, which I'll show you in part 2. So when it goes inside, I would never actually have the glass unit. And for me it's really good because it doesn't have the actual back pieces here that normally I would slide off anyway, leaving them just flapping about. So actually this is exactly what I needed to put in a stereo cupboard, or a cupboard I've adapted. So this would then just go on top to stop any dust, and obviously you got the cable cut out at the back. It is a good quality top if you ask me, even a little touch of the Marley sort of Rastafarian bit on the side, but anyway, it's not what we're interested in. We're interested in this. So let's just lift that up. Actually, I'll leave that. Yeah. There we go. And then we'll put the weight. There we go. You can see, you heard that click, and how quickly that was done. So just having a bit of a fiddle more than anything else now. Right, let's have a look at this cartridge. Looks like to take the cartridge off, there's a screw there. I do have another cartridge in that I might have used, but oh, hello. What's that? Only good thing about music. Yeah, okay, there's an engraving down the side there. That's really cool, actually. Absolutely pointless to the sound quality, but I think it just adds a little bit of texture to the quality of just the overall, the little attention to details. So, let's start off by plugging it in. This is very raw, as you can tell. Right, one fundamental error that I just didn't think of was it does need the belt attaching. So I was looking everywhere for the belt, and I can assure you it is here. For a second I thought, oh gosh, I've got to send that back, but the belt is actually already on the turntable itself, hidden away there. See it? So all you do, so obviously attach that back to, and now I wonder if when I pick it up, oh look at that, it does work. So it starts and stops by putting the arm back into there. Just turn that so you can see it. That's pretty cool, making it nice and simple. And the trick I use is to drop this down, my fingers in there, and the third one, if I just show you over there, you can see the belt just there. So I use that one, these two fingers here, and that one there with my finger and with the belt held on, and then just let it go and pinged it on. It was already on there, easy peasy. So back to where I was. Let's turn it. So I have a record here available. Massive Attack. Whoa. And just want to see what this weighting's like. Oh, here we go again. Excitement. Take the clip off. Okay. It seems to handle it nicely. So yeah, first impressions are really good. I need to do the sound test now and actually hear what it sounds like. But it looks really tidy, really tidy. I love the look of it. The wood is fantastic. I'm personally really happy with the cover. I think that's absolutely ideal to what I need it for. If anything, that's probably more than I expected, because the ones I was looking at originally had the glass cabinets in the back. I think the next test will be for me to know about this preamp thing, what it sounds like, and just getting all the weighting down to a T. See how that goes. Cool. So part 2, this is about the sound, the setup and the general use that I've had with this deck so far. Just wanted to share that with you. It's a temporary setup on top here. I'm going to put it down in the bottom cupboard next to the stereo, but this just allows me to kind of show you a little bit better some of the features. So the first thing to note is I do have this running through a phono preamp. I've been switching between the preamp and the internal amp in there to try and gauge what's better, what might suit my needs. The internal amp is really impressive, and if it wasn't for the fact that I already own that, I probably wouldn't bother buying one. However, I do own that, and I have plugged it in, and obviously it increases the quality quite a bit. But then this is an extra £100 on top of that, so I would expect that. For me, if I didn't own that preamp, I probably wouldn't bother. But I already own it, so therefore for me, I'm using it. And as an audiophile going through this stereo, I'm going to continue to do so. So the message here is really that the preamp is really good. It's actually louder. The internal one in there is actually louder than the external one there. So there was a question mark in my head of which one I would go for. I preferred the loudness of that, but I prefer the quality of that one. So I kind of went for that one for my own setup. I have set up the weights and the anti-skip here all correctly, and I'll show you that in a minute. The other thing for me is I've noticed that I don't really need this on here. This is a little adapter that sort of sits there in storage. If you have a 45 record that has the larger hole cut out of it, then this is the sort of adapter that then puts it back to normal. I don't have one of those, so I'm not going to use it, and I just think it looks a little cleaner. Really happy with the build quality, really happy with the look. In fact, sometimes I do actually wonder if I want to put it away in the cupboard. It looks pretty damn decent, and I'm happy with the spring action. So what I wanted to show you first of all is a couple of things with the actual action of the machine. Whoops, you've got to turn it on. So that is the ultimate on button, and then obviously when you move the dial, it happens. So, got some Red Hot Chili Peppers playing. There were some reviews that said that it skipped quite easily, and that scared me. So after spending a little bit of time just making sure the weight was in the right place and the anti-skip was in the right place, which is what you have to do on a record deck, I can confirm that that's not really the case. This is a record player. It will skip, but the question I had was how quickly would it skip? And I'm hoping to answer that. So here is the cupboard door underneath. I'm going to kick it closed. Oh, it didn't skip. I'm going to kick it again. No skip. In fact, if I bang on this, that's pretty heavy and it's not skipping. Obviously, if I hit this, the springs are only going to do so much. It is going to skip. So I'm not sure if maybe there's a misunderstanding of, you know, what skipping is or however. But the way I see it is if you're walking into a room with heavy feet, those feet are doing the job. There we go. So I'm pretty happy with that. The setup's really good. Obviously, as I showed you, you've got a nice click here. It's a really tidy, like that. There's a little delay as it comes on, as it controls the amp, which I'm really happy with. If your record did get to the end, as you can see, it auto stops. Nice little feature. Overall, I think this is a fantastic deck. It looks good, sounds good, the preamp is extremely handy. Not everybody has one of those, so this can go into any old stereo now. And obviously you've got the headphone jacks. You could just run this completely solo with a headphone, just in the corner of the room if you wanted to. Thoroughly recommended. I'm happy with my purchase.
Okay kiddies, what we have here is a Marley Stir It Up turntable. I already have a record player. I have an Audio-Technica AT-LP60, which is not really the best record player out there. I've personalized it here, as you can see, with my Ghostbusters and Data Disc stickers. The Marley model looks a lot better though, so off on Gumtree it goes. So let's get a little peek at the inside. Packaging. Yummy! Okay, this is a lot heavier than my Audio-Technica. As usual, some assembly is required, so what you gotta do is to get that on there, reach inside and put the little rubber band over this so it can spin. There is no lid for this, which is quite annoying because dust can get onto it. They give you this but it's ugly as sin. Rasta man. I'm never gonna use that. It's going back in the box. Now the plug is a little unusual. How the hell does this work? There we go. Okay, regarding build quality, as you saw, it was belt driven. It's not direct drive. Those kind of turntables go for a lot of money. It is very heavy and the build quality is extremely sturdy, but these plastic parts here feel incredibly flimsy. This little lever, I feel, is gonna break off if you even like brush up against it lightly. This is made out of bamboo, so if you get a board of this turntable, you can like feed it to your pet panda. I'm really not sure about this. This feels like the side of a sofa or something. I think this is made out of hemp. But what's most important is how does it sound? That's what you all want to see. So I'll give you a little demonstration, okay? This is quite uncool. Here's your connectors that you get included in the box. Red and white on one end, and that on the other. This doesn't do me any good. I'm not cool with that at all. But luckily, I have my own. We're all hooked up to my Yamaha RXV 379. There's no button to get it started, so you have to put the needle on the disc yourself, which is quite annoying. See what I mean? See how annoying that is? God damn it. Jesus. Okay kiddies, that's your introduction to the Bob Marley Stir It Up turntable. It seems to be more interested in being hipster and Rasta than actually complementing whatever sound system you might have set up in your house. I'm gonna keep it because it's sturdier than my Audio Technica, but it does lose serious points for not having a start button and for not having a lid. So just keep all of that in mind before you make a purchase, okay?
solo questo.
Onde